Hi guys, in this video we will learn how to write a tutorial for your project. So all of us have these bootcamp, hobby projects, things that we've learned and we want to build. So writing a blog tutorial for it can be is useful for many reasons. First, because you're participating in a boot camp with the intention to learn something, maybe land job offers. So writing a tutorial will let recruiters know that you understand what you're doing. And second, because of the nature of search engines, new people might find it and recruiters might see the tutorial and then come to your project. Third would be that you help people who are building something very similar but are finding it very difficult with some details. You might end up helping those people who are searching for these tips and tricks online. So that is some of the few reasons why you should write a tutorial. So let's get into it. The first step would always be to write a outline. So this is true for writing any content. Always prepare an outline. So let's see that with an example. This is a tutorial that I wrote which talks about how to download blockchain data from AWS S3 using Python. So if I were to write this blog from scratch, how would I write it? So coming to the outline, the first step will be writing the introduction. So the outline focuses on key touch points. Like what are the most like at the bird's eye level, what are the key touch points that you should focus on? The introduction, which talks about how S3 data, S3 buckets have blockchain data. You can download them. This marketplace has this product. So all the setup for the tutorial. Next, and then the objective of the project, the code, and then what will you get out of it. So at the end of the project, people will be able to download blockchain data and save it to their local machine. Run it, display it in the console or show it in a dashboard, something like that. And then get into the step-by-step tutorial. In the step-by-step tutorial, the first step would be, talking about the prerequisites. What should I install? How to install Python? How should I install Node? Should I install Go? How should I install Go? All these things, all the libraries. It also includes what I should import into the project and so on. So that's what I have done here. And then, so in my case, since I'm talking about AWS S3 buckets, I also need to tell people how to access these S3 buckets. Okay, so this is like one benefit of writing a tutorial. Let's say someone is searching for how do I access S3 bucket? How do I access AWS console? They might not have anything to do with your blog, but because you're searching for this information, they will land up in your blog and find this useful. So that way you're helping much more, many more, like a larger group of people than you initially thought of. And then because this is about downloading data and processing it, I will talk about downloading and then processing. Okay, so at like and the objective of the outline is to get main touch points. So do not worry about getting these small details right, remembering them and noting down at this stage itself. It's okay, you can note it down separately, but do not fret over forgetting some details in the processing stage. So every project is complex. It has multiple steps, nesting, going deeper. So always in the processing, let's say I have multiple steps. I then further break it into subheadings. So in this example, I have a top heading about converting the function, and then I'm explaining what the function is doing. So when you're doing a very complex task, often break it down into subheadings and then talk about only one simple task in one subheading. So converting to hex. So this way you will not miss out on any details. With the tutorial as well, it's okay if you forget anything. You think that something is very obvious to you but not be obvious to others. You can always go back and edit it. Okay, processing, downloading, converting, saving. That's all. Now I will then break it down like prerequisites, download Python latest version, details. I'm not talking about the technical details here. Import this library, import these dependencies, accessing, put screenshot. So if you follow this nested like first bird's eye view and then slowly breaking it down, it will be much easier for you as well as very easy for others to read as well. One more important point here is that because tutorials are intended to help people, you need not worry about the language. Are you repeating phrases? Are you repeating a set of words again and again? It does not matter. And it's not a place to show your language prowess. It's the purpose of a tutorial is very different from that of creative writing. So you need not worry about any of that. Okay, so this is the approach that I follow while writing a tutorial. So if I have missed out any point or if you follow a different approach, please let me know and also like follow this channel if you want more such tutorials. Thank you.